troubles, them not your troubles. Hey. No leave any person to judge you. Yeah. Carry on, just carry on. Only with your burdens, carry on. No leave any person to join you. Your happiness to your own heart. Your happiness not your confidence. Your happiness to your own heart. Yeah. Now love be the reason. I feel and I feeling. Hey, hey. Money no fi buy this kind of love today. Now love be the reason. I feel and I feeling. Yeah. Money no fi buy this kind of love today. No money can buy this feeling. No money can. No money can buy. No money can buy this feeling. Oh, yeah. Remember that you are not alone in this. Thank God say you see today. You be lucky. Some other people them sleep, but they don't see today. Don't forget, say, hey, hey, hey. Your happiness to your own heart. Your happiness, not your confidence. Your happiness to your own heart. Yeah. Now love be the reason. I feel and I feel it. Hey, hey. Money no fi buy this kind of love today. Now love be the reason.
Good evening. Lina, I greet you. Good evening. You're welcome. You're welcome, my people. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome to this live video. Sorry that I took a little bit more time. Good evening, everybody. I greet you all. Good evening, Chima. You're welcome. Good evening, Sonny. I greet you. Good evening. Agumbiade, I greet you, my dear sister. You're welcome. Noble, I greet you. Daniel, you're welcome. Good evening. Welcome, 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 everybody. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome. Good evening, Adeshito. I greet you. Daniel, you're welcome. Oladiran, I greet you. Good evening. Good evening, my people. So, no be small thing. I've been seeing these videos since yesterday, Sha. They are trending. And I was like, well, let's talk about it. Let's look at the different viewpoints. Abio, it's true. Today, Shebi is third. It's true. It's well. Good evening. Good evening. Spencer, I sight you. Good evening. I greet you. You're welcome. My people, you're welcome to this live video. I don't want to waste too much time. So yesterday, there's a video that someone sent to me, and the guy was basically saying that Anambra State is in need of salvation. And that video is a response to the call that the person I'm showing here, the governor of Anambra State, made when he went to Lagos. He was calling on the indigenes of Anambra who are living in Lagos, who are doing business in Lagos, that they should come back to the southeast and invest and help in rebuilding the southeast in Anambra State, right? So as a response to that call that the governor is making to the people in Lagos, southeasterners in Lagos, we are not getting these responses from the southeasterners that are living there in the southeast. And so I'm going to show you three different videos. So, and then I will allow you to weigh in. You can join the stream, you can make a call, and tell us, like, what is who is saying the truth, and is it truth? Is it hatred? Is it demarketing the place? Is it telling it as it is? What is it? What is the way forward? You understand? Because good evening. I greet you, Tinosa. You're welcome. I greet you, Master Cool. I greet you. You're welcome. Yeah, good evening. I don't know. Niels. Niels. I greet you, Niels. You're welcome. Yeah, so let's start with this video of this brother.
In our society, prevail on the government. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever the video meets you. My name is Ifani Orakwe, the hugest man alive. I want to do this quick one. I'm not chasing clouds. I'm really disturbed about what is going on in Anambra State. I know a lot of people na social media now go Ndi Igbo not in diaspora to come back. Ndi Igbo, because of what Igbos are going through in Lagos, Imagan, all that, every other places. So a lot of people now claim of Igbos nata.
So he said he has heard people that are calling on Igbos in the diaspora, Igbos in Lagos, because of what they are passing through in Lagos. People are clamoring that people should come back. People should come home. People should come home, and the call is going on and all, and he's weighing in on that.
But I want to say this. Anambra State. I don't know about Imo State, Abia, Ebonyi.
His own opinion in regards to Anambra. Yeah.
I'm talking about Anambra. The Anambra, Biko, don't come back. This is the truth. Do not come back yet.
Don't come back, oh. Don't come back yet. Yet. You understand? He said, Anambra people, make una never come back. Oh. We never reach the time when I go take come back. And he's going to go on to give his reasons.
Went to a town hall meeting na Lagos. Thank you. Mana onu meeting na Lagos. Went to a town hall meeting.
I don't know why.
My name is Ifani Orakwe, the hugest man alive. I want to do this quick one. I'm not chasing clouds. I'm really disturbed about what is going on in Anambra State. I know a lot of people na social media now go Ndi Igbo not in diaspora to come back. Ndi Igbo, because of what Igbos are going through in Lagos, Imagan, all that, every other places. So a lot of people now claim of Igbos nata. But I want to say this. Anambra State. I don't know about Imo State, Abia, Ebonyi, Enugu. I'm talking about Anambra. The Anambra, Biko, don't come back. This is the truth. Do not come back yet.
Don't come back yet.
Our able governor, Chukwuma Soludo, went to a town hall meeting na Lagos where he told Ndi Anambra to come back. That's a welcome development. Thank you. Mana, onu meeting na Lagos, una jukwalia ka Anambra State dey. Una jukwalia ka Anambra dey now.
Did you ask him the state?
I'm moya Anambra, I'm na Anambra, nto na Anambra can be na Anambra. Eteta mgbe pempe. Anyị na-amụ every other state na Southeast amụ. I'm ya na-akpọ ndị Imo State, ya na-akpọ ndị Enugu wa na-akpọ ndị nwa whatever. Ndị Ebonyi ebe n'ebe Egbu, Abia, I na-akọ every other person on. But I want to shock you, my fellow Anambrian. All these states ka in marketer. Nobody wants to say this. Then onye kwuo ya see, no, I don't care. But this is the truth. Onye ọbụla bịa Anambra ghọta ihe na-ekwu.
But that is the truth.
Kedu ife fa na-anatalụ ka ebe ha na-anata to come and invest where?
He said,
what is working in this state
what
now?
Are they coming to do?
I think the Anambarians in diaspora, because you have money, because you have connections, because eba kind where the creme de la creme now society prevail on the government. Oboda na nwa every day.
He said
Okay.
because they have very
Government
high people who have big money, cream de la cream. That's what they call, big people of value, that they should prevail on the government to start putting the place in order, that nothing is working, that they should come and start rebuilding the place, that everything is in disarray. So, he's mixing it with some English, but, yeah.
this you know bata. Security in Oboda. Do you know that people now to agree on each other? Eba, Jampo, Joe Gidi, Joe Bosi, Joe Abateta. I'm not talking about all those.
He's saying that the people that came from the Southeast, have you asked them the situation of security in the state? That people are afraid to move from one part of the state to another. That's what he's trying to explain from this point to the other point within the state, that people are like afraid to move from Onitsha to the next town, to the next village. They are afraid to move around.
Communities whom Elohim sees Chicago. Name whatever. And the communities around us about Anambra. That's him no nature. We are very, very scared to move around. 3 days ago, on Thursday, Kanje Hospital, Victory Hospital, I took my daughter to the hospital. I met her in the hospital about 9:30. 9:30. Do you know that I drove from Modebe, which is where Victory Hospital is located? True, I didn't want to fly Ekene Junction, but you were buying on your own. From Ekene Junction to DMJS, so I smartly avoided there. Meanwhile, I was the only car on the road. Now Modebe, the heavily and densely populated, the only car on the road. And then I was with my family. I got Osama Ghana. I was the only car on the road. I was in shop, in
the evening at about
we don't know, my secretary, I know about what you see everywhere. No, that's what is going on. 9 at a time, 9:30. I got to Old Cemetery. So someone brought on Uzo. Nobody at the side, Mr. Biggs. I was so scared. See, Uzo, Mr. Biggs, can we connect here? Coach Road. Open up with the street up with you. But to the next street, up with 9:30.
They were locked up. We couldn't even go through.
Then Nsizia Benjamin can see we connect a Coach Road. Bogote Coach Road can connect Enugu Road. Open the police block Uku Road. Eguna Tukundi police. Ebe area command. Ebe CPS. Police GA block or road. Ina seen the Anambra na to where?
And you are telling them to come.
We need to solve this security problem. I now started asking questions because when I got to Kanatas in Abania, I said, ask even in the house in Eba. I went 2 entrances. The main gate, Eben Kendaminano. Actually, Gafenke, Beverly Hills, for some of you be house in my Yeneku. Open up what you go gate. I said, I said, no, what you gate by 9.
Yeah.
Then the other gate, New Road, I know what you got by 6. These are where human beings are staying. I am telling you, it is not funny. To move around. And when they deliver talk today na MCC, Fabia Buluma cannot drive there. MCC about because people are scared. So I was asking my friend Ibn Ozomag and I say, what can you need to do in shops? Or same na shop na by my 9:30, na by them late. Na shops name it by 6. 6 ka shop put JMH for the city. You see why? Osim na ni inoleba 6-7 umu Elohim jide na shop okay. A man he ga agbo ego ni letter that day to end do sometime himself.
He said if you stay beyond 6 p.m. in the market and the children of Ichabod, umu Elohim, Elohim, Eloha, the children of Elohim, if they meet you there, every money that you sow that day, you go use and redeem yourself from their hand. Okay.
This is our nature. Our nature can equal.
Nature.
We need to know in diaspora because I want about you can prevail on the government. In my okay. I've seen videos. Bunata Alaba to Onitsha because they demolish some buildings in Alaba. Bunata Idumata to Onitsha. Bunata Ladipo to Onitsha. Bunata Treatment to Onitsha. I laugh at you people.
He said they
market.
should carry Idumota to Asaba. They should carry trade fair to Onisha. They should bring all the markets, all the known markets, Alaba International. They should relocate it to Onisha, and then he's laughing at them.
Call your people na Zofia na Obogu. Call your people na Zofia na building materials. Call your people na Zofia.
He said, before you will even be talking about that one, call the people at home in those markets that are already selling, in the places that they are doing business, and make them tell you how it be for their eye and for their nose, like how they feel. Ask the people on ground, wait till they are how it be first, before you go, they tell people, say, may they can't join.
Multiple taxation, multiple levies, ndị a ga-akwụgide ụgwọ, ịkwụcha ụgwọ niile ịpụta n'ụzọ ndị agboro eju everywhere. Ndị na-ejide ndị mmadụ na stifle efforts businessmen n'obodo akalizi.
He said that agboro full everywhere. They will pay, you will pay levy, tire. Everybody's a tax collector. Even the governor himself said it, that the state is losing revenue because everybody is collecting tax and revenue on every corner. And he said you will pay tax, you will pay levy, agboro every corner. If you do anyhow, if you no submit anyhow, they no send you, they go wound you. That's basically what he's saying.
Businessmen never. Every junction they put and that would do everywhere now cause mayhem. No, look at every if I get from Lagos, Bugida after Giga Ferrana Bridge, and that will besiege your no matter who you are. No, and
he said you will be coming all the way from Lagos. As you are getting to that place in Onitsha, the way they will besiege you. And if you are not cooperating, they will not even send you message. They will use knife, design you.
You understand? So these are things we need to check first before I now say, oh, and the one on that. Ika fonye bonya abatete oche igbanku nwa ya obia gbanku nwa ya n'ime federal house n'ebe a maọbụ n'ime GRA maọbụ n'ime territory gịnị na-eme ọ na-atụ egwu abatete ebe ahụ abatete.
So he said, like, the security situation is so scary that even people want to do traditional marriage, they will be going into GRA, where, gated communities, because they are afraid. They cannot do it in their farm, in their own compound again, because of a lot of things going on.
I'm not tracking distance. So, last time on Jerebe, because people are scared. Given I walk over there.
So what is
and if you want to misunderstand me, I been down Anambra we are na no only one state one maybe state no only one state foul.
And then there's something they always say. They will shift the blame. They will say it's the people from this place, it's the people from the other place that are coming here to spoil their state. All lies. Foul.
Oh, keno nuno gwalo nke no ni ilo. Oh, keno nuno gwa nke no ni ilo na ife nwa de na ngiga. All these contracts aja lot out n'obodo abụ ndị Anambra on the buy na igia.
So he said it is the rats with the inside house. Now go tell the one with the outside, say there is meat in the house. So it is their own people in Anambra State that are coordinating the whole thing that is going on.
And I recruit Zando, I don't want to call any state. I recruit Jaffa as foot soldiers because they are ready to do the job. Now you recruit Jaffa as foot soldiers. For them, return to Anambra.
So the Anambra person will go and recruit, young people from neighboring states. You don't want to call these names, and they will be on the ground. Those ones will be their foot soldiers. They will be on the street doing their doings for them and bringing returns to them. You understand? Yeah, that's what he's saying.
And I say on this state, on what state in it's time for us to rise and my fight against state or sanitation. Galikene nobodo or sanitation. If many places I feel was everywhere. A lot of people are in Ghana.
He said, you want to talk about sanitation? Hey, that one is even another catastrophe. That everywhere dustbin, you don't even know the difference between living area and non-living area.
The state needs help. I'm telling you, lawlessness in the state. And I'm to go every
lawlessness.
Biko no mo Anambra no in diaspora. I'm go sorry. I could be boku no fukuza so many things in Choiku. Biko no.
Please.
You know government. Kedosi ba Anambra state.
Beg the government.
In a Chiputafia from Lagos to Ono one na Lagos. Ono dekwa lucky o.
You say you people that are in Lagos, you people are lucky o.
Join businessmen do infrastructural project in any of our markets.
No infrastructural project in any of the markets. Nothing. No amenities. Nothing.
I'm a broadcaster, I know what I'm saying. Jeju and Nafia, Kela State does Zulufuzo, Kela State does Zulufu, anything, Nafia. Go and ask them. Almost all the roads leading to main market and out of main market are Drama. Oh yes. Oh yes. Almost all the roads leading to all our markets no in total disarray. Market leadership, government appointees now 2023.
He said all the road leading into the markets, there's like no amenities. All the road leading into the markets are not good. Within the market itself, very, very, very unkempt, dilapidated. And even still, the market leadership is still appointed by the governors. Like government appoints market leadership. So, let's continue to listen.
Poor traders are not even allowed to elect their own leaders. So what are we talking about?
Poor traders are not allowed to elect their own
leaders. I'm telling you, I went to Ebonyi State.
He said, my people of Anambra, all the states you people used to laugh at, they are now better than you. He went to Ebonyi State. Let's hear what happened there.
During Easter period, they just met MC in Ebonyi State. One Abata say Eba Nigeria.
He said when he got to Ebonyi State, he was asking, he said, my brother, Shane and Nigeria will still day like this.
I'm telling you, you need to move out. Careful na Anambra IJ to honor. One speak Fedia. I may be Sigia.
He said they need to move around and see that and realize that they are Anambra that they have pride on, that they are using to be proud, that they have spoiled it by themselves.
I went my station. I got something to motherless babies. I'm a freshman. I open truck. I just my rice. My motherless babies. So we're trying to connect. Kadifana or that the area. I'm gonna baru. I went from Opi Weka. Kajan town na bridge. Moto maybe. Na Opi Weka because I need you to go get ema hota maybe ni nebu motor agbafe ba mo be na no na motor agbafe. So I just got bridge head motor maybe I park ya na akụkụ we litwe o we bu na agbara gota ni na Peter Obi local loser. Sorry for my language. Ejiligo nsin you draw the whole place. Eba for
He said that they were on their way to go and do some humanitarian service, and along the road around Opiweka, their motor spoiled, so they have to park the car, and they came down. Upon getting down, they realized that the whole road don't turn to public toilet. Now they just shit full everywhere for that side.
Toilet, and I couldn't breathe. And then you falling as well. See June the whole got up everywhere.
It's a shit full everywhere. They just shit full everywhere. And the worst part, it's enough to breathe everywhere. The teacher now it costs see people food there, the same market.
They're asking questions. I said, hey, and then never can a toilet. Anambra needs. Now I need the salvation.
They say, what did they happen? Now they say, now here they go toilet. Now wait, I be guy you knew for this area.
And sorry, the video is taking long, but share this video. Share this video. I've never told you to share a personal video, man, but sure, share this video because all these people nating nata oboni bonya Anambra and in diaspora because biaka idozi eba tupu na nataba.
So he's saying that he is just taking long, but he wants to say, all of you that are calling for people to come back and say, come back. Let them put the place in order first before you will be coming back.
Because I want to for I.
Say now.
God bless you all. God bless Anambra State. Thank you very much.
So he said they should do the place first, so before they will come back, because they when they there, they never see themselves. You understand? So I want to play another video for you guys.
Even Barry put that very simple. Then I get straight to the point. His Excellency Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, Charlie Wamba, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, and make a name. Half of video BJ in Lagos when I won the Anambra, Brumi, the Anambra, because all Anambra Town Hall meeting. When I won the Anambra, had not have investment, had the Aruba factory, industries, by a development work, a new city, Anambra. It's a very wonderful and a good one. I applaud you for that email of mine. It's a good advice. Man, I can't you can Your Excellency. Obodo dị mma ka a na-ebunata investment. Ịgwa afa na onye agwafa ha bụrụzi ife niile ha nwere na taba once n'ọnwa ya nwanyị ka ha ya na-ewunata ya. It's a very good one. Mana ka nju ọkwa obodo dị mma nwere ezigbo ụzọ, nwee ọkụ, nwee security, nwee hospital ka a na-ebunata investment. Ị na-achọ ka ije wepụ mmadụ ibu plank n'anya, were achọ ka ije wepụ mmadụ ntọntọ oisi febara ya n'anya.
So this guy is still saying the same thing in another way. He's saying, okay, Governor, you went to that place in Lagos. You said they should go and bring their business back. Where they want to come, they bring and come back. Basically the same thing in another way. And he said that you carry plan cover your eye where you not let you see road. Now the one way another person pull small spot, now you won't go come out. Okay.
Your Excellency, you na check waloge the very simple. To Zikene Yilo, Pakasri, the major towns and cities in Anambra State.
He said his own problem is that they should first of all build the road that is leading into all the major towns and cities within Anambra State first and foremost.
For example, industry and factories in Anambra State.
He said if you are saying people should come, not be road then go pass. Where they want pass, they carry the load they come from, not be road. You don't first of all clear all the agbero and all the touts where them full road, say that they call themselves tax collectors for road, they full everywhere. Why you never remove all those ones, clear the place, make the place free first?
Yesterday, Ebonyi keke na agba ọsọ na Nnewi. Ọ rịrị nwatakịrị na-anata agwa elu ebe ọ na-agba ọsọ ndị task force.
He said yesterday, keke man they run, they try to escape all these tax collectors. Now so you can't go jam small pikin where they come from school.
Create kenere ọrụ say you want government create kenere ndị taụtụ ọrụ ha ya na
those people where they call tax make it fair create to work for them. He said if you go Nnewi, no road, all the road where they to for that Enugu he finish. His own problem is that the governor should even come and whatever he wants to do, he should start it from Enugu, from Nnewi, that he should start it from that part of Anambra, because that place is the Japan of Anambra State.
In Anambra State. I saw not the money happily the main thing.
So he's saying the same thing in another way.
Because now on the major place market today, one of the biggest markets in West Africa.
He said even the Onitsha, that is the biggest market in West, if you enter that place, maybe you go even see how all the roads be, all the roads that by roof spoil, nothing.
The metro town that I go to Kifu Kiloni for where the road to Tilly. That's how they've been in England.
So he's just mentioning the names of the places.
When security, when life can enjoy investment. It's just under Anambra investment.
He says, is it not a place that is secure, that have road, that have light, that people will not go and be doing investment? Abi, you think it's only Anambra people that will be doing investment? Doesn't the governor know that there are other people that are also interested to do investment?
It's just under Anambra Lagos investment. Even you don't see if other people will come, other states, Mandi Yoruba, Mandausa will come. That be because again, in security, in hospitality, in local.
Are you hearing? You have security, you have hospitality, you have light, you have road. The man, he don't table and fall. Have to at least make all these ones as the basic before you now go and be telling people, okay, come.
Environment security there.
People are escaping Onitsha to go and build house that they will be living in Asaba, because Asaba is safer, they have good road, there is security. He said, develop the place first, build the place, put the place in order. Forget about how they will bring investment. Do your own part first.
Because of who's at the home on the road, if you hear this in that road, now bad.
He said if you go to the road in the night and witness the kind of criminality that is going on in the night on those roads, because the roads are not good and people have to drive slowly.
Many industries, the same thing on the child who commercial brew they just brew on the child. Give those major cities good road.
He said just give them good road network first. Those major cities.
Your Excellency, away from Anambra State, it's very simple. Anambra State as a business state, as a commercial state.
So, we got his point, right? So let me show you another video.
The major towns.
He said the major towns, put it in order. Where there are markets, review the markets, put it in order, put the road network in order, clear the touts, put security, Okay, so let me show you another video. I mean, we have gotten his point to a large extent, like he's elaborating, but we got his point, right? Because of time constraint, I want to share another video with you guys.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Welcome to my live Facebook live video session, and I was taking on a very important topic, something that actually came into my mind on the spur of the power rant in hood that people know. I think what I want to do is just air my mind the way some of these people also air theirs on issues that I think they should be a bit more circumspect about. I think we are beginning to throw caution into the wind, and the social media has allowed many of us, the latitude to do all sorts in the name of popular opinion or populism. Of course, it pays. Everybody, it's easy for one to actually tell you everything that is wrong with the system, or everything that is wrong with a particular thing. But profiling solution and going to actually implementing the solution is where the work is. And that is where most of these people who just take up their phones, go to their social media pages and begin to take a swipe at everything, institutions, people, and every other thing. They find it so easy because it's easy for you to just say, yes, Mr. A or State A or State X.
Basically, he's saying he's not happy with these two videos we have seen. He's saying that these people are basically ranting and demarketing Anambra. Like, because they have the phone, because they have the social media, because they are chasing clouds, they now, come to social media and just lose caution and airing or the kind of washing their dirty linen, if you may. That's what he's saying. But Ogbeni, please go straight to the point.
He's making X amount in revenue, and therefore every road on that state should be tarred, and therefore everybody in that state should be given 1 million naira every year, every month. It's all these things are easy until you enter the place. You're gonna say AC no be fun. Basically, I don't want to waste our time. If you look at my feeling on this particular session, I chose feeling irritated.
He's feeling irritated.
My to be directed at for a better part, some of these are influencers in the southeast.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our influencers in the southeast, particularly those of them who, want to be comical with issues of the development of the southeast. They want to be comical about it. They take the interest, the branding, the perception of the southeast as something to be toyed with, as something to build traction with, as something to entertain their audience with. It's not getting funny any longer. And I think it's high time we actually spoke some sense into these guys, that what they are doing actually bears a huge consequence on the totality of our image and our perception as a people in the southeast, particularly in Anambra State. Now, I have just titled this video session that the marketing of Anambra and Alibo must stop.
The marketing of Anambra and Alibo must stop. Are you hearing him? He said the marketing of Anambra and Alibo must stop. I'm sorry, guys, that I had to put you through the first ramble because I didn't really know where he started from. But what he's trying to say is that what these other two people I showed you their video have done is to demarket and debrand Anambra and Alibo in general. Okay.
Some moments ago, just few hours ago, I think earlier in the day,
he's dribbling a lot.
And their rant is coming on the backdrop of Governor Soludo's is over 80%, the contributions of, our brothers from the southeast. Whether you call it Ojo, you call it Oshodi, Solo, you call it... Lagos, of course, each time you go, you see something new and all that. And I can tell you that it's not all rosy with Lagos. And I can also tell you for free that whatever Lagos is today is over 80%, the contributions of, our brothers from the southeast. Whether you call it Ojo, you call it Oshodi, Solo, you call it Tiosa, you call it Lagos Island, whatever you want to call it, name the local government, even as far as Badagry, Ifuchandi, Weba.
So Igbo people develop Lagos 80%.
And we are so gifted by God that wherever we go, we tend to, take the place up as our home and begin to develop the place. And to some of us, we only remember the southeast probably when it is time for wedding or time for burial. And at some point, I remember some persons who argued to say that the southeast was beginning to turn to a cemetery where people only come back home when they want to die, or when people are brought back home when they die from places like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and the rest of it. But that is not the case.
Hello?
Good afternoon or morning.
Hello, good afternoon. Yeah. You are not showing us your face. We have never seen you on this stream before.
I have to show my face? I don't feel comfortable showing my face.
Why not? At least let's get to know you.
Well, I'm Igbo, but I felt like I have an interesting take because I didn't grow up in the Southeast or the Southwest, and I just spent about a year and a half in the East. And I was doing some research because I was very worried about like the insecurity. And on the internet, you hear about sit at homes and all these different things. And I saw your video and I thought it was very useful. But I wanted to make the point that I think it's important that people actually go to the Southeast and see for themselves.
Okay.
Because the state that I was in, I don't want to say the exact state, everyone's talking about sit at home. Then on Monday, I remember I recorded it. Everyone's out. There's so much traffic. So when people are
So,
talking
but
about this sit at
if
home,
you are not telling us the state that you are
Imo
in,
State, I'll say it's Imo State.
where in specific?
I spend most of my time. I spend a good amount of time in Owerri.
Yeah, that has never been in contention, that the city, because of the governor Hope Uzodinma is not playing in the city of Owerri. Everybody knows how it goes down. But if you move away from Owerri, then your testimony will be different.
Well, fair. I'm not going to speak on Anambra. I'm not from Anambra. I spent a couple. Come on. I don't. But my thing is, people say, everyone's saying, okay, Ebonyi is good. Everyone says, okay, Imo. We know Imo is okay. I don't know about Abia State. We
No,
could
did
talk
you
about the other
go to
states.
Osu, the hot spot of the IPOB ESN terrorism?
Well, why would I go there? I'm doing business in Owerri. That's where most business people,
Okay.
they want to do business in the capital.
Yeah.
When we talk about the roads, like I saw bad roads in the east. Can I be honest with you? I saw bad roads in Lagos. It's all around the same. It's all the same mediocrity. It's a mediocre infrastructure. So when I hear when that guy's complaining about roads and all this other stuff, it's mediocre everywhere. I don't see roads in Lagos to make me feel like Lagos is another world. And insecurity, I think it's way overdone on the internet. People need to actually go with their eyes and look outside what is going on, because the East is the most dense region, second most dense region in Africa. So when people say things like, oh, it's not safe, there's millions of people that live there. How unsafe is it? It's the internet. These stupid iPod people will go to some random village and record and say, oh, no one's coming outside, sit at home. But you go to the heart of the city, people are moving. So I feel I need to make that point that if you go to the hearts of all these cities, people are not practicing sit at home. People are doing business. I don't know why the internet feels like because some village is empty that people are doing this shit. No one's doing it, my perspective.
Okay, do you feel like the people in those villages, that their freedom is infringed upon, does not matter? That is only valuable for the people in the city to be able to move around?
It matters, but some of those village people, you have some people who are doing rosary all day for Nandikanu. I'm not going to go tell a 70-year-old woman not to pray rosary all day for Nandikanu. That's not even worth my time. I agree. We don't want the villagers to be, but for business, if we focus on business people go to the city. So we're talking about these big cities, and then Owerri, Umai, like big cities. They're not doing sit at home. At least from what I've seen, I don't see sit at home. No one's doing it.
But we know, everybody knows that Owerri has not been in that hole. Like, and we are saying, I'm telling you the same thing. Like, I'm kind of re-echoing your own words, your own reality, because this is what the information we know right from time. Even as of when the heat was on, it never got serious in Owerri.
Well, then those people need to say, look, don't go to Anambra, go to Imo, because people need to come back. We're not going to wait for the East to become heaven before people come.
Some other roads to get to Owerri. And even in Owerri, this Ahmed Gulak, he was taken down even in Owerri during one of those Mondays. There are flashpoints that it happens in Owerri also, but Owerri have never been a hot spot for that sit at home. But I don't understand your point right now. Like, are you saying that there is security, that people should take a chance, and if they Blessedom. I'm sorry, let me just get this point across. You understand me? Like, I want to get your real points across. Like, are you saying people should not mind not be precautious, that people should just take a bait with their lives?
I'm saying that the internet is making this way bigger than it is. People should see with their own eyes.
We are talking about one life.
People make it seem like, oh, if you walk outside on Monday, somebody will shoot you in the head. Like, come on. It's not that serious. Like, there's millions of people. I think people who should be worried about sit at home are people who are all these nonsense politicians that know what kind of blood deals they made, They're the ones, and Igwes and all these people that are making all these blood deals. They're the people that that are targeting all these dates. But
Okay,
normal
okay.
people like me and
Let
you,
me ask you
we
a
don't have
simple
problems.
question. Do children go to school on Mondays?
Children are going to school. Children are going to school.
Schools are open on Mondays.
Schools are open. Yeah, there's some banks that are closed, but schools are open, man.
Okay, schools are open, hospitals are functioning, banks are working.
Yes, some of them close early. Some of them will open late. Some of them will say, "Oh, we're not opening until we're open at 10 a.m." But it's like things are going on. People need to go with their own eyes and see for themselves. Stop listening to some weird video you see online where some village is empty on Monday.
All right, let's hear from our brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, Blessedom, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to the guest. I know he sounds more an American accent. So permit me to use America to give one example. There are states in America that is completely unsafe. Say, for example, in a state like Chicago, there are neighborhoods that is a red zone, even for police officers. They walk on eggshell. They don't dare drive in and around those neighborhoods. Is he going to say that is a lie as well in America?
No.
Or is that blown out of proportion? This is the reality on ground. I can name so many states in America. Say, for example, in a state like California, not all part of California, but there are neighborhoods that even people are scared to come outside. Police officers do not even dare to drive there in a marked police vehicle. 247, is flying all over the place. Are we going to deny that as well? Is that blown out of proportion? This is the real. I am coming. No, I am coming now. Let me go. Even currently, Medugri, right? When the insurgency was very tough and hot over there are communities that is completely under the control of these guys before it was recovered. Example is Baga. Does that mean entire Medugri? We are not saying the entire Imo State or Southeast. For example, okay, now the two videos you played, let me say the other guy with the red hat, not the other comedian guy. He mentioned specific locations within Anambra that is a red zone. Let me use the terminology for security. It's a red zone, right? Blessedom has never come to say that the entire Southeast, everyone is walking on eggshell. For example, when you watch the way these guys operate, they avoid the cities. They go to where? These remote places. Say, for example, now some place like Onhofia is under the control of this so-called lunatic, one of them. What's it called? This guy that does random videos and put out there. What Blessedom is saying now, okay, the two videos you played, let's forget about the Obuefi I talk, the other guy on red card. He was saying the reality, even to the extent that by 5:30, shops are closed. So, is that not part of Anambra State? We are talking about insecurity in the Southeast. It is no joke. That's the only place I wanted to come in. And Blessedom, just to reiterate what you've been saying on your videos in time past, you said there was Southeast before we started living. These are the questions. You see, when people keep making these, statements, come back to the Southeast and invest. They need to question, was there no Southeast before majority of us left the Southeast for other regions or other places to do businesses? And when it comes to trade and commerce, people have their reason. Say, for example, now, if all the entire businesses come down to the Southeast, who are your customers? Who is the market? That's just the little I wanted to contribute. Not like I'm trying to, stay much on the video. So when he say Owerri, he cannot use Owerri. Owerri, how many incidents, how many, back has happened in Owerri? Is he going to deny that what's happening along Osumohu, that villages are not deserted, that people are not running for their lives? Or is he going to deny what is happening within Ohajebema Aziz? It's not happening. Or is he going to deny what people are going through in the hands of these guys in few areas within Anambra and the likes of it?
All right, let's come back to the video because I like I said, I don't understand your standpoint because we listened to a video where a brother was saying the situation from his own perspective, what is going on in Anambra State. And another person in a way corroborated that story that, things are not in order in Anambra State. And before the governor will make a call for people to return, that some things needs to be fixed and put in place, right? So what is your take on that? Because you are coming from a completely different angle, Mr. Caesar.
My take, I mean, look, I'll check myself that I'm not as experienced in Anambra as, other people may be, but it just irritates, like, this idea. I've heard this line of reasoning so much. Oh, well, things need to be perfect before people show up. Well, maybe he should have said, look, don't come to Anambra, but the correct thing he should have said is, well, go to Imo State, go to Ebonyi. Well, he did mention Ebonyi, because people do need to come back. People do need to invest in our home, because there's a lot of money to be made and you can't invest outside. But I just hate this ideal has to be perfect. When he started talking about the roads, it's like, I spent so much time in Lagos, I'm looking at the roads. The whole country's mediocre. Why do people make it seem like one part is so much better than the other part? It's all mediocre. So invest in your home. There you go.
Okay. You are saying that, in other words, you find what he's saying as a demarketing the Southeast, like you are corroborating this second brother that I featured.
Yes, he should have. If he wants to say don't come to Anambra, fine. But there are other regions that are very safe, that people are doing business. The road networks is about the same, but to say, oh, people shouldn't come back, the roads are bad.
But he has to talk about Anambra, because he was the governor of Anambra that went to Lagos to make that call.
That's fair, but still, I still have an issue. It's just, oh, the roads. Oh, it was smelly. Oh, when I drove past this place, it was smelling so bad. Are you telling me there's not places in Lagos that the same thing is not going on? Of course it is. This is Nigeria. Hello, this is Africa. Come on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us that perspective. So, and in a way, like, I understand what he's saying. You are saying that you are not a coward. You are calling Hausa Fulani Yoruba coward. Now, why? Don't be a coward. Go there. The road are not good anyway. Go there like that. IPOB, ESN, they are operating. It doesn't matter. Go there anyway. You understand? So, I don't know. Guys, the line is open. What do you think? My brother Chimeze, what do you think?
Like Blessedom, to be honest, I don't have much to say. That's why I did use America as an example. Because I follow the news in America. I know a lot. I watch most of the FBI police files. Even like New York, people think New York is safe. There are neighborhoods that people are running away from. So these things happens everywhere. But he has his own perspective. So I'm not going to dispute his perspective. But at the end of the day, on a general scale, Southeast has its own issue. He cannot compare Southeast and Lagos. Now, when we talk about Lagos State, you're talking about a cosmopolitan city. Which no state in the Southeast can boast of that? It's like a confluence. You have people of different ethnicity, religion. But when it comes to the Southeast, say, for example, when you go to Aba, I mean, it will take by chance to see an Uromi man. It will take by chance to even meet an Idoma man in Aba. It will take by chance. But when you go to Lagos, if you are to name 50 ethnic groups in Nigeria, you meet them in Lagos. But if you go to Abia or Aba, even if I say Lagos, it's just the entire state. Say, for example, place like Esolo. You can easily, if we were to do, like a sample, we'll discover that we'll find about 30 major ethnic groups within that demography, which is not even the entire local government. Now, let's go to Aba. Let me map out like Osisioma, which is a local government. If we are to do research, you will hardly find 20 indigenous ethnic nationalities who are residents within that area. That is the difference between Lagos and the rest of the states. I hope most people, I have my bias. Most of these things it's easy for Soludo to say, but he cannot understand, even if he builds those things that are attractive, Lagos is strategically located. It has population, it's a market itself compared to if half of the businesses or half of the Igbo persons, or let's say all the Igbo businesses migrate to the southeast. Let's ask this question. Where is the market? That is something people are not asking, and
yeah,
that's something people are not. There was a reason. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Even
let's give our brother a chance to tell us his opinion. You're welcome, my brother. Hello, Spencer. We're listening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Henry Chiba Henry Chiba is a nice one. It's quite interesting to see an opinion that was similar to mine a few years ago before I was kidnapped. Yes, because the young man there, he's speaking from a perspective of a passionate and a what's it called? Someone who's a Nigerian who has love for Nigeria, yeah, and love for Igbo land. But I can tell you that that's not the reality on ground. The reality is that when it comes down to it, your security is the number one thing. These people complaining are people that live in Igbo land. Ogbuefi, the comedian, he lives in Igbo land. He lives in Onitsha. He's telling the truth, the reality. And if we want to be honest with ourselves, the place is unsafe. There are no police people on the roads. The guy that called in earlier, I presume he lives in the United States or wherever state, or he stays in Oregon. Tell him to tell us how much police he saw on the street. There's no police presence in the southeast. And no one can tell me that it's safe to live in a society where there's no police, where anybody can. It's a lawless, it's anarchy, basically.
But they have ESN.
If he loves that kind of lifestyle, then that's up to him. But many of us who have seen the reality of how it is, who have stayed and been in the net of kidnappers. I was kidnapped. Listen, you don't know about it, right? It's not a joke. He's speaking from we want to do business and all that. You need to be safe to do business. You're telling people to come back to Anambra State, Imo State, and the Southeast as a whole, because Soludo's invitation wasn't just for Anambra State. It's come home, come to Igbo land, come to the Southeast. And if you're coming back to the Southeast, we know that whether you like it or not, we know the few governors who've been trying to tackle this head on. Governor Hope Uzodimma, that's why you can talk about Owerri. I grew up in Owerri. Owerri is still a shadow of what it used to be, right? It's not as safe as it used to be. All the hotels, people that run hotels will tell you what they're going through. It's not safe. Now, in the whole of Igbo land, where there are no police present, where there's no police present, you can never tell me that place is safe for business. Where there's no presence of some sort of security, you can't tell me that place is safe. So, rightfully so, Soludo and all the other governors need to, first of all, deal with the security issue, deal with the infrastructure, dilapidation of the infrastructure, dilapidation that we're seeing.
Yeah.
And then, when you put these things in place, you can now start telling people, look, we've done X amount of road infrastructure. We've done this to curb insecurity. We've done that. The place is safe to come back. Yeah? And that's what people will listen to you. You can't come and tell us, come home, and we know that only last week, somebody in my village got kidnapped. And you're telling me to come home. My brothers will tell me not to come. My dad until now tells me not to come back. All right, let me tell you, you're talking about investment. My brother owns a gas plant. He invested in gas refilling and all that. Businesses, different business in the southeast. But it's difficult for him to go and visit it even. He only came back recently, he went and visited, but he's walking on eggshells. How can you be doing business and you're not even safe? You're not confident to come out. You don't even want to be associated with the business. Hopefully.
And then you have one life, just one life. You can't.
Yes. Pardon?
I said, and then on top of it all, you have just one life.
My brother Spencer. Sorry to cut in. I wish this other guest was still in the studio.
He's here. Okay. Caesar, you want to say something?
Okay. Let me just say this quickly. There is statistics what the lockdown cost the Southeast. Not my word. This is the word of Orjus Okalo. the word of Governor Soludo, the words of former governor of Ebonyi State. The CBN published it. Each day there's a sit at home. The Southeast loses over 25 billion naira. Businesses, not my word, these are the words of the businessmen who do business in Onitsha that are now migrating to Asaba and Delta State. Not my words. Now, that of Senator Andy Oba that did his daughter's traditional marriage in Asaba. Probably, except it's okay to say that everyone that has come to say that, listen, people now do their traditional rights in Asaba. People are being held to ransom to pay, otherwise their properties are by except these things are lies. All the videos we've seen of where cars were hijacked, theft of vehicle, and at the end of the day, it was, dismembered. Probably all the pits, the horror pits we've seen, probably these are lies, except all these are nothing but choreography. Then I can understand. I don't want to become insensitive. The video of the local government chairman that was taken out, probably that is also maybe some Nollywood. Let me just leave it as here, please.
Okay, Caesar, what do you have to say to what our brothers have said?
I mean, look, I agree. It should be more safe. I just want to share my own personal experience when it comes in regards to police. That was actually one of my negative experiences spending my time in Imo State. There was so many police checkpoints. It was horrible. That was actually my experience. When you said there was no police, my experience was different. There was police everywhere, constantly, so many checkpoints. They want bribes from you. Horrible. I didn't like it. So I had an experience where there were so many police checkpoints. And that's actually why I was a little bit relieved when I went to the Southwest, because no police, not the police checkpoint. Wherever somebody will be asking, who are you? Where are you from? Blah, 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 blah. I don't like that. So that's just my own personal experience.
Probably that's actually why Owerri is actually having a possibility of people not doing sit at home.
Blessedom. There were no police checkpoints in Owerri. He's not telling you you're not being factual, my brother. You're not being factual.
I mean, I'm sorry, that's my experience.
I just came back not too long ago. There are no police presence in the Southeast. It's a lie. Ask anyone.
Owerri.
Anyway, in this Owerri, yes, there's no police. There's not true. It's not true.
Or we just have different experiences. We just had different experiences.
Where have they stop you?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I can't tell you which neighborhood here. We just have different experiences. For me, I had a lot of experiences with police.
There's no police present. The police are in the barracks because of the setup, because of the scare. When all this started, the first thing they did was scare the police off the street, and the police have gone. There's no police presence in the Southeast. It's a fact. Ask anyone.
Even I don't have that experience, but I'm not going to validate yours. I don't have that.
Our police used to be in different checkpoints. Police patrolling, there's none in the Southeast. Now, in Anambra State specifically, and in Onitsha, is the biggest marketplace ever. Their sit at home is in practice, of course. Yes. Every Mondays they sit at home. People start coming out later on in the day. Let's not tell lies here. Let's be honest. These people speaking up, yeah? They live in Nigeria. They're on ground. And they're lamenting. And they're not saying what the governor said wasn't true. They're saying that the governor's right, but he needs to do one or two things first before he invite people in. You can't just tell people to come into hell. And you know it's not true. You think the area is not good. Because they're trying to pander to the federal government. We know it's not true. Anambra State is not safe. Igbo land is not safe at the moment. Whoever wants to go there, you're on your own. Even the UK, United States, made it open the other day. They added some states in the Southeast to unsafe places to go to travel to Nigeria. You think they're stupid? You think they don't know what's going on? This is intelligence-based, what's it called? I don't know how to put it. Intelligence-based information they put out there. We got
intelligence gathering.
We're not saying we don't come back and invest, but what we're saying is, if we're going to come back to invest, there's an obligation and responsibility on the state governors and the people in charge to make it conducive for investment. You don't just tell me to come back and you're risking. I'm going to come and risk my life. Anyway, Blessedom, I for one believed what Caesar is believing before. Remember when I was told, I used to say nothing is happening. The suffering is all right until I was kidnapped. Caesar, I was kidnapped. Right? I was shot at. I was nearly killed. I'm 2 different incidents. Right? So it's not a joke. I'm a normal person like you. And it's not just me.
You are living
There's
your
so many
second chance
unreported incidents.
now. You are living your second chance.
I don't want to invalidate your experience, but I'm just telling you my own experience. I had police presence everywhere. And I hear what you're saying about the safety, but people.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
I don't want to validate it's just I had experience with police everywhere. So, we just had 2 different experiences.
So my brother, the thing is, I understand, like me personally, if somebody is telling me their experience, I feel like I'm not in a place to invalidate what they are saying. But in another way, I can actually counter it from another perspective that I've gotten from somebody else and say, but this is the reality we are seeing, or you understand the information we are getting from this other quarters. You understand me? Like, I'm not going to say, oh, what you're saying is not true or anything like that, But the fact remains that the Southeast is, it's almost imploding because of its own making. And the first thing you have to do, if you are interested to change anything in a big scale, first of all, you need to look inwards. It's called introspection. You have to first of all look inwards. What is wrong? Where did it go wrong? What happened? Like, if you are sincere with yourself, that's the first starting point. But if the first starting point is like, say, oh, look at Lagos is not even safe, there are a lot of roads that are not good, let's not forget that our people are not just in Lagos, like our brother Chimeze said. They are in Benin City, they are in Ikorekwene, they are in Boko, they are in Oyo, even places that are more rural. So there's something fundamentally not enabling people to live and prosper in Alibo. And that should be the fundamental question. What is it? What can we do? And it's not just about talking about big things, even societal norms and values. You understand? When there's too much acrimony, when widows are disinherited, when orphans are neglected and intimidated, there is no protection, there is nobody that comes in to save or to help. When young children, girls are using them to be doing baby factory, there is no protection, there is no government. The society is on an implosive way. You understand? So those are the things that need to be put in place. And if there are job opportunities, are people given chances on merit, or do you have to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, that kind of a thing? So I feel like now the things was already bad and people were leaving the Southeast. For example, you left the Southeast, I left the Southeast before even Kanu and the ESN terrorists came into the scenario. We were already living, and and now it's an exodus, right? So if we were living all along, if our livelihood depended on emigration, like we needed to emigrate, go to another places, and make some money, like that, it's always like acceptable that we couldn't make it at home. We just needed to go somewhere. And then the question has to be, how do we make our homeland thriving in a way that a young person, an upcoming person of tomorrow, because right now, like Yoruba people will say, ayeti laju, life don't open eye. A lot of things used to be in the dark, but today the internet, AI, everything is in the open, right? And everybody is becoming conscious. Globalization, people are being sentimental about their regions and holding on tight. In a time like this, that you cannot just be thinking about immigration. You have to create a home base that thrives. And people like to allude to Jewish people all the time. And they say, oh, look at the Jewish people. The Jewish people didn't have Israel to begin with. But in the Igbo, that's the difference. We have always had Alibu. Even before Nigeria formed, we always had Alibo, and we were doing well living in Alibo before they created Nigeria. And then they created even before they created Nigeria, we were already emigrating, like when Igbos were sent away from Cameroon, what led to Cameroonians not wanting to become part of Nigeria anymore, because they used to be part of the Southeast. So there are a lot of problems that are within that needs to be addressed from within. Look at the same Ambazonians today. They used to be Southeasterners. They have the same characteristics like us. They wanted to leave Nigeria to be part of Cameroon. Today, they are fighting. They want to leave Cameroon and be on their own, right? And they couldn't solve the problem from within. So the problem is within. We need to put it in place. So we need to look inwards. But today, we don't even believe that people have a right to their opinion, that people can even be free to say their opinion. Everybody is now an extremist of some sort, religious extremist, social extremist, IPOP extremist. Everybody is holding on to extremist values. Like this man, he's on ground, he has said his own, right? And they are calling for a boycott him, hold him, deal with him, everything. You understand? He's demarketing. But how are you going to have the clear picture and know what to do? Because the goal is not just talking about it, it's understanding what the situation, the status quo, so that you can take it off from there. But if you're not willing to know what the stand is, that's why, for example, in medicine, they will say case studies. You go with case study. What is the case study? And then you extrapolate it from there. If you don't have the case study, what are we dealing with? This man is giving you a clean scenario of what is on ground that's supposed to be worked on. You're not going to tell someone that is in a place that is in a relative safety to come and jeopardize and gamble with his life, right? Especially because he's bringing the investment. Assuming he's going there to risk it, to take a chance to survive, it's a different thing. But when you're already subsisting and surviving somehow, it's going to be difficult for you to take that to go somewhere that you are going to gamble everything away. Are you getting me? So yeah, this is really my own point of view. I feel like if people on ground are giving us their honest viewpoint, they should not be vilified, right? And you may not take everything they said, but you cannot negate it and say it's invalid or it holds no water also. Yeah. Yeah.
Sister, I just want to add that, look, what he's saying, Kim, is fair. I would say there's two things. One, there's marketing. So many people in our community are traders, so they understand marketing. It's okay if you say your state is not okay, right? Or your town is not okay. But there are other states that are okay, and he should highlight that. And then they just put up CCTV cameras all over their town. I think that's going to be a boost for their safety. Those are the kind of things he should propose, instead of criticizing his area, because I don't think, first, the issue people have is the critiques they have of the Southeast are critiques of Nigeria in general, but they make it a Southeast thing.
No,
the issues
is the Southeasterners that take the problem of Nigeria and make it their problem.
Well, there's both people that do that on both sides. They both need to stop, right? So if you want to say there's general insecurity relating to like kidnapping or something like that, that's like a Nigeria issue, right? That's why people don't tell people when they're going anymore. That's like a general issue. Now you want to speak about IPOB. IPOB is specific to the Southeast, but then now we have to ask, where is IPOB? Where are their strongholds? Where are their, when people paint a picture like, oh no, it's dominating the Southeast, you cannot go to the East, it is horrible, everywhere is not safe. It's like, bro, I just spent how many months there?
You have to drive from one point
and listen to my accent. Do you think, like, come on now, I just spent how many months there? Nobody kidnapped me, nobody, IPOB didn't shoot me.
But for the fact that you are conscious enough not to show your face, it says a lot.
Well, that's for maybe I'm a cautious person.
Can I say this? I think my parents are aged. Because of the sit at home, my dad refused to. My dad and my mom, last year, they said they were not going to stay in the Southeast. They have a place in Port Harcourt. My dad said, listen, he doesn't want to be caught up in that situation. Literally, I can say this. It affected everything, including this movement in Umuahia. What? I mean, goodness me, we are not
The problem
we are not
is
talking fairy
the
tales here.
people don't that like we feel entitled to talk about other people, other regions, even go as far as
Even say for
insulting
example,
them, attacking them. Imagine what happened with President Buhari, somebody that is the president of a country and he's alive and he's there, and some collection of people from a region made it a topic that he is no more, that he was buried in a shallow grave, and they continue to say it, and they are saying, if he's lying, how come the president is not coming out to come and tell them I'm alive? Like, how, you understand? And we didn't have any one of our elites in government coming out to counter it and say no, such a kind of word should not happen. Now, imagine if that is turned around, that maybe, for example, someone in the southeast, for example, is a leader, becomes a president, and some people from another region are making that kind of conclusion that he's no more, that he's a clone of him. Imagine how we are going to take it. So the kind of things we put out, we can't even take it. And now we are supposed to look into our own region to find a solution. And we are not even we are more interested in the branding. We don't want to look into the situation. We don't want to talk about the root cause. For example, the current situation is mainly caused by IPOB, and nobody is talking about IPOB and their terrorism. And like, are you gonna just say, okay, talk about insecurity without talking about the children of Ichabod? Yeah, like, hello, the children of Eloha, Elodem. Like, are you not gonna talk about them and the role they are playing in the situation that this time around we are seeing? Okay, let alone the government failure is there. And I agree with him that there's mediocre everywhere across Nigeria. I'm not going to say, but mediocre get level now. Mediocre sote major road, plantain they grow, pawpaw they grow on a major road. There are differences now, right? So everything get level, but so you have to accept your own level. Yeah.
like I don't know if people, like, there was a time the outskirts of Kano, nobody was staying the outskirts of Kano. People were like all on the run, including Niger State.
This kind picture they fear me. Oh, who they there? Hello.
Okay. Hello, madam.
Okay, let's allow my brother to finish so that we can bring you in. Sorry.
Yeah, so a lot of water has gone under the bridge. And as they say on a jealous program, I think 2 days ago, I hope the presidency sits up. Because what happened under Buhari was not just about Buhari, it's about desecrating the office of the president. And like you said, I've made this argument in private and in open. No single politician, no single clergy, no single leader of thought, no single person came up to say, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And you see most of them today trying to say he committed nothing. And I just laugh. For me, that always putting my time to put my little cents. I don't stay in the southeast. I don't live in the southeast, but I'm worried about the younger generation down there, because this thing cannot continue. Owazirike started this since 1999. A generation is lost. And people of the southeast, we need to be honest ourselves. Every crime is local.
Yeah.
IPOB is on one hand, and from what is being seen or what I see on social media, we are losing generations. I don't want to deviate the program with the Facebook or as this. The southeast,
all right.
like you rightly said, it has imploded already, not imploding.
Yeah.
But most of us, because we stay within the safety net. I grew up in Port Harcourt.
Okay, my brother. Let's hear from the brother with I don't know, Shane and the lion and the conqueror.
The lion and the conqueror. Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
My name is Dari. I am I'm actually
This is where
Yoruba
everybody they
person.
fear me. Nobody wants show face again.
No, no, it's not that. It's not that. Sometimes it's just better to keep ourselves away from the limelight.
Okay.
You see, first of all, I'd like to thank you. The fact that I see that you speak the truth, regardless of regardless of who is going to abuse, who is going to insult you. You see, there's this thing we Yoruba people say. We say it. We say Oruko gidi osanju wura ati fadaka lo. What does it mean? It means that a good name is better than gold and frankincense. A good name is better than money or anything like that. As such, you see, when there's this thing about if you do this thing bad, and then they say which person's child is doing this? They say it's Lagbaja's child. Though. You understand? They would trace you back to your family house, and that's your name. You have managed to, spoil it. That means that when any child does something bad, the whole neighborhood is there to deal with that child. And this is what my brothers in Alaibo are not doing. You see, let us leave the side of Yorubas are doing this, Hausas are doing this to Igbos. You understand? Forget that side. What about the side that they say charity begins at home. If you have not done what is at home, how can you talk about what is outside? Me as a person, I'm here to tell the truth. I'm married to an Igbo woman. Either they like it or not, my children, they are half Igbo, half Yoruba. But it doesn't mean that I will not say the truth. Somebody will not come tomorrow and say because my child is Igbo, and then he'll say because my child is Igbo, and this, that. No, I will not take that from them. And the same way, I will not take that for anybody to insult Igbo people, because my wife is Igbo as well. But this has to stop. That Igbo people believe that everybody is out to get them. We are not out to get you. But we have to speak the fact. The two brothers or the three brothers that have spoken, you understand, they have spoken right.
Okay, this brother said, he said that it's like if you critique the southeast, is if you critique Lagos, that certain people, he said one thing I've noticed on this chat is that when you critique Lagos, certain people get very defensive, but when you critique the southeast, everyone agrees. What do you have to say to that?
Now, this is it. First of all, you see, nobody is condemning the southeast. Now, the main thing we are talking about here is that when the brother Caesar, when he was talking, he kept on hammering on Lagos. And I felt like I had to say, why do you keep hammering on Lagos? There are other places that you can hammer on. I've been to Abuja. If you get to Gwagwalada, believe me, I don't think you can stay one day there as somebody who feels that they have to, sleep or, be in a good environment. And that is where the University of Abuja is, the famous University of Abuja. I'm talking about him not making it a thing of us versus them.
Okay.
Do you understand? I'm not. You understand? Don't make it.
All right. Let's give our brother time also to talk, because we don't have the whole day. Yeah. Good evening, my brother. You're welcome. Long time.
Miss Blessedom, I'm very much fine. I've been so busy and just 2 months. That is why I've been seeing your live videos.
Okay.
I'll be in the background to listen to all you are saying.
Okay.
First and foremost, I would like to use this opportunity to thank you fervently for always trying your best to create time out of no time to see that you liberate the mindset of the people in Nigeria and in particular the Southeast. As I have been saying all the time, we have cried time without number. It is rather very unfortunate that it is going to be too late when they realize that what you people are saying is nothing but the truth. But whenever you are trying to speak the truth is very, very bitter. The person who you are speaking the truth to, will believe that you're trying to witch hunt him or bamboozle him or something like that of nature. But the reality on the ground is that you are telling him nothing but the truth. If, for example, now you're going to go by what your status says, you just believe it in your area, the way you are outside Nigeria, and be enjoying your money. You cannot even put your money into, but because you have much concern about your people, about the well-being, their security, their job, everything, that is where you only find time, create time out of necessity that you liberate the mindset of those who still have what we call the common sense.
Yeah.
But it's very unfortunate that the majority of people that are living in Southeast, even the elders, even the youth, it's like they have lost their common sense. It baffles me all the time whenever I'm on your chat or Ejila's chat. How will you lead people to be killing you and you always keep mute as if you are all supporting them? I don't understand. And whenever there's a military repercussion or reply attack, you start shouting that they are killing, they are buying Igbos. I don't understand. When has the killing of youths buying of youths in the Igbo land becomes a norms? Because based on the history I read of Igbos, whenever there is anything that is consuming life, that particular chapter of that should be closed. Even if it is a well that may be consumed 1, 2, 3 people, that particular well will be closed forever. But I don't understand this kind of issue of Biafra they come with. It has consumed so many lives of the youth that will be leaders of tomorrow of that particular region. And nobody's saying anything about it, especially the elders. Look at what this time EPA is doing inside, what do you call it, Finland, even creating state with local government from his own room. From his own room. I've never seen something like this. I've never seen something like this.
On the line now to join. So let's wrap it up so I can hear from others. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
So Deji, you're welcome. You're muted.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good night, wherever you are watching from. I want to thank you very much for the way you have conducted these proceedings. It shows that we can actually listen to ourselves. It shows that we can have a discussion based on issues. We can hear one another, and it is very commendable. And I wish a lot of other persons could use this approach as well to generate meaningful dialogue. Now, that said, I want to thank all the contributors who have spoken earlier. Everyone has made very good contribution towards it. Now, here is what I want to contribute. Now we should begin to now look for solutions. And what I find missing in that effort at finding a solution to the issue in Southeast is the failure of leadership. It is as if all the leaders in the Southeast don't want this issue to be resolved. It's as if all the political leaders just enjoy and they are okay with the way things are. I will start with the governors. All the governors should be able to come together as one to say we have to solve this issue, because the problem in the southeast of Nigeria requires a leadership with strong will that is going to carry along all the people. Because as things are going on right now, every other region is moving forward while the southeast is stagnated. And this cannot continue. It cannot continue. However they want to do it, the leaders, the political leaders of Southeast, they need to come together and let the younger ones see them as being making concerted effort to ensure that they resolve this matter. Giving narrative to ESN, iPod, or some groups to begin to drive the narrative in the region, it's not going to help. Because when you look at it in a state that have a governor and a group is commanding the people to sit down at home and don't come out, and the people comply, That speaks a lot.
Yeah.
So the governors, all of them, from all of the states, need to come together and be decisive. So this is what I think the leaders in the Southeast need to do. Yeah. And when they do that, yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. On point, DG. I appreciate that. So, Crucible, we are listening to you. Let's get your viewpoint very quickly.
Hi, Sister Blessedom. God bless you. Well done. Well done.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody in the house. I greet everybody. Well done, Auntie Blessedom. You and Ijele, you're doing a wonderful job. You expect the leaders. I'm not an Igbo lady.
Okay.
I'm a Yoruba lady, but somehow I stumbled into your page through Ijele's page. Somehow your content I saw were very intelligent and were very engaging and saving lives, which is the whole essence of life.
Yeah.
Well, one of my Yoruba brother just said, the bane of the problem majorly of any society problem is when you don't identify or accept that you have a problem.
Yeah.
This ESN problem, the Easterners has refused, an average Easterner have refused to accept and say the truth of what is going on in the East, unfortunately. That is why it has lasted for this long. For instance, the issue of Yoruba Nation and IPOB, or what's their name, that they are coming together, they are behaving as if they are friends. Meanwhile, the genesis of all this Yoruba Nation too is all these Igbo agitators that went to meet some miscreants in Yoruba, Yoruba's miscreant too, to sell the idea of Yoruba Nation to them. And unfortunately, they took it to another level. Yes, we have some. Well, all regions have one issue or the other, but it's so heart-wrenching when you see people killing the productive age bracket, when they are destroying them. This is the age bracket that will produce income, that will produce resources, their productive years, they are bringing them down, and nobody is coming out to shout. I came across a video today of a man in an average Yoruba home. If you are a criminal, in an average Yoruba family, even your parents are the one that will go out. If they talk to you, you refuse to change. They don't mind going to report you to the policeman that, see, oh, I have a robber in my house. There are some bad parents, I'm not disputing that, but if we have a good chunk of Igbo family telling their wards or their family or their cousin or their relative who are members of all these IPOB, if they are exposing them out, I'm sure this problem would have been solved. And really, the other guy with the American accent is not being true to himself. Why did he not bring out his face? I'm sure he's one of, maybe it's Soludo's family or one of those politicians' family that they provided him with security while he was around in the East. That is why he's coming online to claim that it's not true, that what people are saying is not true. Is he not seeing videos of people being beheaded? Even the so-called Boko Haram, I don't think they've taken their callous activity. They have not. I don't think they've taken it to the extent at which Easterners that you expect, that they are Christians and they know what it is, what the Bible says about taking the life of a fellow human being. You expect some high moral. But unfortunately, they are doing so.
Please censor your words because of the algorithm.
Okay. Yeah. You expect some level of morality, but it's so unfortunate that the way they carried out their atrocity is mind-boggling. Ultimately, now there are some of the video that I saw on Injeles that I sent through these other channel that I said, I can't erase all those. Some of the videos, they were too gory for me. So An average Igbo will sit down, will come and sit on your church and be abusing you, that you are lying or you are blowing things out of proportion. Hey guys, wake up. All other regions, yes, we have our challenges in Lagos, we have it in Yoruba land, but it's not as crazy as that in the east. And you said yes, every region as in is mediocrity. Yes, we have bad leaders, but if you know the resources that, as in that the resources, if the resources being given to Lagos State or some, particularly Lagos State, if it's because unfortunately I'm a Lagosian, if it's being managed alone by Lagosians alone, I'm sure Lagos State government would have taken Lagos to another level. But unfortunately, the pressure, compare the ratio of the population compared to that of the resources, you should expect that there are some areas that will not be met. Yes, some government officials too, they will embezzle that, which they will embezzle too as well too. But really, to a large extent, you can't compare the level of development in even or your state. You can't compare it to lots of places in East State. Even if the Eastern are being given their Biafra today, where is that resources? Where are you going to start from? The resources that you are meant to have even taken your state to a level, all your leaders, all your governors have embezzled them. No infrastructure, no road, no health, and as in the population of Igbos in Lagos State is even alarming. So please, Easterners, let's judge all together. Let's seek peace. There is nothing that we can achieve with this war. And even if you will get a state, is it Kanu or all these miscreants that will get you that the state, the region, or the country you are looking for? Where politician and high intelligent, high cerebral individual are in the states, and a Baba, or what did they call Kanu before? A mere Baba will be the one that will be championing that.
Baba.
I'm serious. Please wake up.
A part-time Brussels Baba.
Will be the one that will bring you that country. You are all jokers. All you Easterners that refuse to tell the truth and face the reality of the day. You are jokers. That when you have doctors, you have professors in Igbo land, and it's Kanu that is giving you that. You are jokers. Well done, Auntie Blessedom. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
God will increase the work of your hand. Thank you, man.
Emil, thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah.
Blessedom.
Yeah, my brother, you're welcome.
I'd like to say I really appreciate Crucible for what she just said, right?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of people we need to hear. People who can identify when people are lying and point it out.
Yeah.
We have people who don't want to tell the truth. That's the problem with the Southeast. I'm a Southeasterner. I'm a Igbo to the core. And Blessedom will tell you, I used to love the East. Well, I still love the East. Sorry. What I mean, I used to like. I went there.
You used to love going there. I
guess.
We were passionate. You are now on the second.
Until when they give you water.
They gave me the water. And let me tell you, my say what's happening in our family now. In reality, there's a burial. There's a burial of my in-laws. Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but there's a burial. We can't even go to this burial. It's in the east, southeast. There's the thoughts about having it in, you know, the way they do it these days. They will have the reception in the maybe Uwere or Onitsha or something, and then people will go quietly and bury it because they will demand for you to pay ransom. It came out the other day. They've even given in Anambra State, even some villages, new ultimatums that if you're gonna bury people, you need to come and pay them.
I've seen it yesterday in the news.
I saw it in the news. That will be my next book.
This is going on.
And again.
This is a reality. So if you're now seeing or watching on telly, you see a governor who's coming and pandering to the gallery, telling people to come back, that everything's safe and all of that. You're thinking there's this level of insincerity that we haven't even started. We're not ready for making our place good. What we should be doing right now, what the governor should be concentrating on, is providing security for the Southeast, building the much needed infrastructure, like we said, like some of these guys mentioned. And once that happens, I'm telling you, an Igbo man is smart. He himself will make his way home. You don't have to tell him. He knows he knows what's going on. He will start opening another shop in the east because he knows that this is the new frontier. So please, we're not stupid people, we know. So when these people are saying these things, please, that was saying, people should actually encourage the truth. And this is what I'm saying. So Blessedom, thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you very much.
You always do.
Lastly.
You must tell the truth from them.
And again, that brother, you know, he said
Mr. Spencer, my warmly regards.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He said
Thank
the
you,
whole
Mohammed.
Nigeria is mediocre, right? And our own mediocre, they not fit beat us now. Like a whole governor, his development is Chicken Republic and Domino Pizza. And he's proud to say it that he brought Domino Pizza.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
May I put in one last note? It's about Governor Wike. I remember, I think it was the period of maybe 2021 or 2020 when they had the IPOP problem coming towards the what's they call the Obigbo area and all those areas. And you know, I liked the way he dealt with it decisively. You know, River State never used to be safe. At one point in time, it was kidnappings, it was shootings all around. But Governor Wike, even as bad as he is, he managed to create security in River State. I don't know why I
don't know if we can actually say that. I can only say that he dealt with the IPOP menace, that they couldn't infiltrate that place. But still, River State is a very hot place. You know, I remember there are some videos I saw around the Che that, you know, there's something horrible going on there, and he never dealt with that. So
Blessedom, local government. And
can I say
is a hot
sorry?
You know that.
Yeah, let him finish so we can round it up.
So it is actually my wife's local government, and that place is a hotbed. Believe me, even I don't think, you know, it's going to be hard because in fact, a lot of them have run away from the village. A lot of villagers have run away, and I still don't understand where. I think what the problem was with that place is still the same thing that we're saying. People are not calling out the bad eggs amongst themselves. Do you understand? They're not calling out the bad eggs.
All right, let's hear from our brother Deji. So let's get to the close because, you know, it's almost 2 hours here.
Yes, I'm going to make it brief. You see, all that we have said is very, very, very okay. But for me, I think the buck stops at the table of all the governors. You have no reason being a governor in the southeastern state as it is if you cannot address all of these issues, if you cannot create an enabling environment that fosters security, that fosters people to go to school, people to do their businesses, you have no business in being a governor. It starts from the governor, the political layer of the society. If you are going to be the governor, you have to be right there to tackle this situation. You have to speak to the people and you have to let the people know that, yes, you mean business. And when we're talking about all of these problems, we must not excuse the governors. We must put it on their desk, on their tables. That's where the solution will start from. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a good one. So my brother, Dari, what do you have to say to a close?
As far as I'm concerned, what Mr. Deji has said, you know, he hit the nail on the head. You see, the governors cannot keep embezzling the money for the states, hoping that Jesus is going to come and help them. No, they have to. You know, the governor is the chief security officer of the state, and if you cannot do it, get out. Let somebody else do it.
Yeah,
it's simple.
I agree with you. Yeah, my brother Chimeze, you have the last word.
First, let me thank Deji and the other guests, and as well to the other lady that spoke few minutes ago.
Yeah,
she said what I've been saying always, that you and Ijele you are helping to bridge the gap and change the narrative, and people are really taking note of that. So, to what Mr. Deji has said, basically, in the words of Adam Smith, he says, mercy to the guilt is cruelty to the innocent. Now, the governors or the political class of the Southeast, their political patronage is more important to them. They have used this to, how would I say, finger the brains of the people of the Southeast. And the majority of the populations of the Southeast, they adopted this principle, which is ignore what is happening in your own community and be more focused of what is happening elsewhere. You see them during the days of Aerofy, they are running all over with the incidents in southern Kaduna, the clashes in the north. I'm not saying any of those things are good. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But charity begins at home. You see, not until if I say, let me speak myself, why I always contribute my voice is this. If I have the resources and the means, I want to enable the next generation to get out of this thinking that they are being marginalized, that the rest of Nigeria is against them. And, the Civil War ended in 1970. There were other regions that were part of the old Eastern Nigeria, which was part of the so-called Biafra. They've all moved on. So why should the people of the Southeast use this as a bargaining chip when it doesn't work for them at the center? Then they resurrect this again. It is time whoever cares for the young generation to do away with this. And the only way they can do away with this is to give the federal government the maximum support. That we need two things: kinetic approach, center of gravity. Nnamdi Kanu, even who was written, and all that participated, they need to be held accountable, charged for what they are fell on. No plus, no minus. Not until this is done, the next generation will fall for this. And that is why it looks like in a country like in Nigeria, it's almost accepted that criminality pays. The only way we can put an end to this is this. If the political class are willing, then they need to call a spade a spade. They need to call a spade a spade. But they are not, because of what? They have moved their families, their grandchildren to safe environments. How many of them even stay in the Southeast? When they even come back to Nigeria, if they are coming down to the Southeast or their villages, they have this entourage of security. Thick-skin vehicles, bulletproof cars. They don't care. They all live abroad. They all have their safe places in Lagos. Not until they want to address this issue, then Nnamdi Kanu must face the consequences of his action. That is my position. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And in addition to what everybody have said, that the Southeastern governors need to wake up and rise up to their responsibility, because last it falls on their desk. And if they are not willing to do that, I don't know, is there not a role that the federal government has to play? Because if the governors fail to secure the life of their citizens, then the federal government has to step in as an oversight. Maybe they need a state of emergency then. You understand? I don't know how it's going to be, but they should know that they are not going to continue this dance in the sand, burying their head in the playing the ostrich. It's going to come to a head somehow. Like, if you are not going to do your job as the governor, if you are going to be playing and distracting the people while you are embezzling their funds, and while you are talking about marginalization, and you are never addressing marginalization in your elected office never raised it in the Senate, never raised it in the House of Assembly. It is not the duty of an ordinary person to be carrying the burden of marginalization. You made yourself an elected official, and this is, if you see that this is a point that needs to be addressed, then tailor it to the right authorities. To you have the possibility, then be doing that. And I agree with what everybody have said. Everybody have spoken well, that the governors need to rise up, and then the security is paramount. And if you put the things in order, do the things you need to do, you don't need to tell people be coming. The people will see it for themselves. Lagos or anywhere did not invite anybody, but anybody went there and saw, oh, you know, at all, nine was passed. So it's better for them, it's easier for them, they can cope. You know, it's less strenuous as it is at home, and they were able to move. Nobody called anybody and said, come, come. People went there and told the ones that you can come here, it's not that bad here, right? In the same way, when things start getting better in the Southeast, when you put the things in place, when you remove the touts, when you put those boys, rehabilitate them, you have to, there's so many things to do. You have to start from somewhere. And then the markets, that is a mainstay of the people, then rebuild the markets, make the market modern. Build modern markets with facilities, with amenities. How can you be in a market there is no possibility for you to go to the toilet? It's unacceptable. So the market should be rebuilt into modern markets, and there should be roads that are going into the market, freeway and coming in, and in the case of emergency, that a car can easily drive in and drive out. So you have to modernize the market. It's still in the same way it is many years ago. So yeah, there's work to be done, and people should desist from the idea that somebody is debranding or demarketing when truth is being told, or trying to shut people or threaten people. No, learn to accept people's opinion and perspective, and see it also that this person is saying what they are saying from what they have seen. You cannot invalidate it if you are not living that experience, and you cannot call it hatred. You cannot say they are debranding the state when it is the truth. So if the people went there and on their way to that place and they are acquired, they lose their life, what benefit is it going to be to anybody? Nothing. Right? So yeah, I think that we had a good conversation this evening. I want to appreciate everyone that joined. I want to appreciate everyone that put their contribution. And let's continue the conversation in the comment section. Please, I don't accept insult and attack as comment. If I see any insult or attack or threat, I will block you. So if you want to make any comment, make it constructive, add your own opinion and add value to what we are saying, and give your own suggestion of the way forward. That's the only way the society can move forward. We cannot come and be shouting and be threatening each other and just behaving like people who have never seen the light. So thank you so much, my people. I really appreciate every one of you. I really hope you have a great evening and a great day ahead, and may God be with all of us, and God bless you all. Thank you so much. Bye for now.